How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. Happy Saturday wherever you are around the world. We're going to be talking about everything Hbar, really understanding, what's happening with the price and, of course, what we could be expecting going into Saturday morning. It is, of course, midnight here in North America, depending where you are. And as far as the market is concerned, we are seeing some red across the board. If you watch my overall updates over the last, 24 hours, I'm sure you guys know, as far as Bitcoin timeframes are concerned, what are the targets that I was talking about. But let's take a look at HBAR specifically. So, looking at HBAR's price down 3.4% over the course of the last 24 hours, with the price currently sitting at 23.7 cents. We're also down about 1.8% in Bitcoin comparative. Now, if you're looking at the valuation, we're currently sitting at $10 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume approaching $580 million. But before we get into any further, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in cryptocurrency. So, we did start off the month of August on a little bit of a negative note. But you usually, at the beginning of the month, we do tend to see market volatility. Obviously, we're going into the weekend now. It is the weekend. On the weekend, market does tend to, be manipulated a little bit more due to, of course, CME futures being closed. So we need to keep that factor in mind. But I want you guys to not forget what's happening with the dominance here right now. You can clearly see dominance is retesting that 62.15% key resistance. I've spoken to you guys about this key range and how important it is for the dominance to remain below it. And as of now, we are actually retesting that key resistance. If this resistance is able, to turn into support, I could actually see the dominance, making its way more towards the upside, which is not a good sign for altcoins. But what caused the dominance to go up the way it did? It's because what Bitcoin has been able to do. I want you guys to focus on the Bitcoin price on the hourly time frame rather than the daily time frames. If you're looking at it on an hourly time frame, you can see this for yourself. We went down to $112,824. We did not retest exactly down to the 112 key range, but we did get supported by this 112,888 support, which there's not significant amount of support, to be quite frank with you, but we did see a little bit of a bounce since then. But primarily, the price of BTC has been in this downward trajectory after breaking below $115,000. And even as of now, as of recording this update, we still could end up retesting the $112,000, and that is still not out of the woods just yet. But based off of what we have seen with BTC, it explains why we are seeing the dominance, picking up strength, something I've discussed with you guys on the channel over the last few days. But now if you're looking at HBAR's price right now, we're still within the 61.8 Fibonacci retracement level. But with that being said, I want you guys to pay very, very close attention to the level of support that we're about to retest, a level of support we've retested in July several different times. And, pretty much the support is around the 23 cents price point, which we're getting very, very close to. If you want to put this into perspective, this itself is a move down about 3.3%, which I think could be retested based off of how things are looking. And, this support is very important, but if it does not hold, this opens the door for us to retest the neckline of the 61.8 around the 21.8 cents mark. But still, as of recording this update, if you measure, the overall upside that we have seen since June 23rd, we are looking at an increase of about 86.8%. So this makes us really understand how bullish the price of HBAR really was for the month of July. We are talking about still up 86.8% if you accumulated, obviously, in the month of June. But of course, right now, the entire market is being impacted, with the way BTC is currently holding, and HBAR is no exception. And as of now, believe it or not, the price of HBAR still has not invalidated this upwards trend that we're in. Still higher highs, higher low. But if we drop below the 23.1 cents key range, this upwards trend that we are in will be invalidated, which of course is not always nice to see. But based off of what we're seeing happening with the market, this could become a reality. We'll obviously keep that in mind when we are analyzing HBAR. We're going to take it one step at a time. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys personally think. Thank you for all your support. If you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit that red subscribe button and come join the Crypto ZX army. We'll see you later in Crypto ZX, and peace out.